climb up and get us a couple of coconuts, darling.
Hi, I'm Tracy.
And I'm Graham.
And together, we're the Flying Finnies. So we are a couple from Australia and we're on a quest to get to 60 countries before we turn 60. We've only got about 6 years to get that done in. We are currently in Sri Lanka and it's absolutely stunning here. We're right down on the southern tip of Sri Lanka in a beautiful beach town called Mirissa.
Our journey here has taken around about a week and a bit so far, and we've had the chance to visit a whole lot of wonderful places in Sri Lanka, but being down here by the sea, we're literally a 200-metre walk to the beach. There are beautiful restaurants around here, great beaches, great surf, and today we're going to head to Galle, which is around about an hour's drive from Marissa Beach, and we're going to introduce you to our new favourite friend. So travel in Sri Lanka is not expensive. As we've found out, going by train is very inexpensive, and for only a couple of dollars you can travel for hundreds of kilometres. The cost of taxi fares to get from major hubs can be a little bit more expensive, and now that we're down here in Marissa, we've decided to try something a little bit different. So to rent a scooter per day down here in Marissa is around about 1,500 rupees or about $6 Australian. To fill this bad boy up is around about $6, which will last us for the next 3 or 4 days. This is most probably not as powerful as the Vespa that we've got at home, which is a 300cc. This chugs along quite nicely at about 40 kilometres an hour, which I think Tracy is very comfortable with, and the road conditions here and the traffic certainly make it worthwhile and safe as a tourist to travel around Sri Lanka.
So here's my perspective on the bike hire in Sri Lanka. This is a great little bike, I don't have any concerns. But the process for getting it was very casual, is what I would say. We didn't sign a contract, we paid some money, we've got the bike, we've got all the paperwork that goes with the bike, the insurance, registration, etc. A bit casual for my liking, but that's okay. Graham thought it was great. And the helmets. I think, as Graham said, they're kind of psychological helmets, they're not really going to save us in an accident. They're way too big. I've got a big head and I have to put my hat on first to make the helmet fit even slightly snugly. And as we've discovered this morning, well, the clip does up, it doesn't stay done up. So again, but it's better than nothing. Oh, you've just got to get the angle. There you go. And this is a great look, isn't it? Instagram, here I come.
Kind of like a Harley, only different. And the key test, will it start again? We took our Honda on a quick trial trip yesterday to the southernmost point of Sri Lanka, around about 25 kilometres away, and it was simply outstanding. Having the freedom to be able to get about and not rely on tuk-tuk drivers or public transport was really, really great.
The lighthouse stands close to the seaside port of Dondra. We spent a bit of time watching the fishing boats come and go before we discovered a secluded, quirky and relaxing lunch spot that has to be part of your journey to Marissa.
Just getting a little bit of R&R.
Great place to do that.
Not too bad.
This little juice bar is not well publicised. It overlooks a small local fishing beach with crystal clear water. The small tree house at the end is the place to be, but swinging around in a hammock before a delicious lunch was heaven.
Lunchtime in paradise.
So this looks really nice. So this is coconut
Roti.
Coconut roti.
And like a vegetable curry sauce.
The Tree Juice Bar was also a short walk from this fabulous lighthouse. The nearby beach offered spectacular views across the Indian Ocean.
Just give you a bit of a
Yeah, nice try.
bit of a nudge. Follow the road.
Dondra Point was beautiful, but our next stop, the not-so-secret beach, was equally amazing.
Did you find our secret beach?
We've found 2 secret beaches, actually.
Secret Beach is just around the corner from the main beach in Marissa, and while the drinks are a little bit pricey at the more sheltered section of the beach, it is well worth a visit. But perhaps the most famous landmark in Mirissa is Coconut Tree Hill. We visited this Insta-worthy spot early in the morning ahead of the crowds arriving, and it was a sensational experience.
We were enjoying our picnic breakfast in this picturesque place before Graham saw something in the water and abandoned me.
We've just seen a turtle in the water. Time for a swim.
We just saw a turtle in the water, so Graham's just thrown his goggles on, grabbed the GoPro and jumping in here.
Capturing video of our turtle encounter proved to be elusive because of the poor visibility. And to be honest, we'd been advised that a crocodile had been sighted in the area a few days beforehand, so I wasn't keen to hang around in the murky water for too long. But I did come face to face with one of these magnificent creatures.
Seeing a head pop up about half a metre away from you and realising just how big that turtle is, it's amazing.
Having gained confidence with our new wheels, we headed in the opposite direction up the coast to the historic Dutch fort town of Galle.
So we've made it to Galle and we're inside the historic fort area of the old town. Galle's on the way up to Colombo from where we've been staying at Marissa Beach. It turned out being about 36 kilometres to get from Marissa to here, and the trip on our trusty little steed was spectacular. The beaches all the way along through to Galle are unbelievable. We think that Australia has got a bit of a primacy on beaches. Got to tell you, Sri Lanka is doing really, really well.
Where are we off to?
Another one of the bastions, one of the corners of the old Dutch fort. Looks like it's quite a view. We're standing atop the old fort walls here in Galle. Looking behind me, these beaches are a great example of everything that we've seen running down the coast. Surf or a light swell and crystal clear water, people out snorkeling. We might have to do that later on.
This is bastion number 4, I think, that we've passed. I don't know how many there are. It's about a 2-kilometre loop around the whole fort, and I think you can walk the top of it all the way, so see how we go. I'm loving this place. Again, I didn't really know what to expect here, so I'm really, really pleasantly surprised. When they said it was an old fort, I thought it was going to be more Graham's thing than mine. But look at this, it's gorgeous. There's all this beautiful old Dutch architecture, like Dutch colonial architecture here, and the beautiful walls of this fort and the sea. There's all these little beaches that we're passing, people enjoying the day. It's just glorious.
So fun fact, these outer bastions facing the land are star-shaped, and the idea being that depending on which way the enemy were coming, they were essentially having to assault fire coming in from all different directions. Made it much harder.
There are so many things to do around the Dutch fort. We spent a bit of time window shopping some of the high-end stores and having a great bite to eat overlooking the historic streets.
Delicious vegetable noodles for lunch with just a bit of extra chilli in case you need it. Do you think I'll need more than that?
No, I don't think so.
Driving around, we happened across the luxury Amman Resort and managed to squeeze in a tour of the beautiful and historic hotel.
This hotel was gorgeous, but at over $1,000 a night for a room, it was way beyond the Flying Finny's budget. Graham promised that if the channel takes off, we might be able to come back and stay another time. So you know what to do. Subscribe.
Well, here's cheers to 3 magnificent days in and around Marissa. We were really hoping for a great beachside getaway, and this is exactly what we got, and then a whole lot more. We're sitting in a really lovely restaurant down by the beach at the moment, enjoying this beautiful sunset, and couldn't ask for anything more. If this is what Sri Lanka is about, I'm there.
Sadly, our time in Sri Lanka was coming to an end, but we finished it on an unexpected high. We had to get back to Colombo to catch our flight out of Sri Lanka, and we booked the train to go north. It was unbelievably beautiful. We had no idea how gorgeous this trip was going to be. The train hugs the coast all the way, and honestly, I think the scenery was as stunning as the Kandy to Ella trip. We loved this train journey, and we absolutely think you should add this to your must-do list if you're visiting Sri Lanka.
Well, sadly, this is our last video from Sri Lanka, but what a great trip it's been. Join us on our next adventure as we travel to the beautiful country of Nepal and sample the breathtaking beauty of the Himalayas. Until then, time to fly.